Hello friends, so in this video we will see what is a stack chart and why is it used. So let us look at the definition first. A stack chart is a form of a bar chart that shows the composition and comparison of a few variables, either relative or absolute, over time. Also called a stacked column chart, they look like a series of columns that are stacked on top of each other. And why are they used? Stack charts are an incredibly effective tool for comparisons when used correctly. They're designed to compare total values across categories. So this was a theoretical definition. I know that no, this wouldn't be that interesting. So let's look at what exactly is a stacked column chart and how do we use this. Okay, so firstly, I will insert a shape, and this is going to be the header so that anyone who looks at this page will realize that okay, this is the header and this is what it is. So I will click on style. I'll change the background color. What color do I need? This time I will stick with this color, blue, and I will enable the text and I will type the title that I need. I'll change the font type to Arial Black because usually I am pretty much fond of this font. Pretty simple, pretty effective, and pretty bold. Okay. Font color will be white. Explanation. About feature called stacked column chart. Let me increase the font size. Okay, I think this is good enough. Alright, so here we have this stacked column chart. Now I will increase the size of this. Now in x-axis we will be placing this item called job role, and what are the variables that we need in y-axis. Let me scroll this down. We need this following for job satisfaction, job involvement, job satisfaction, job involvement, employee count, employee count, and then environment satisfaction. Okay, right? So you could see the entire. Let's go back to the definition, and that will help you to understand much better. Right? It says composition and comparison of a few variables, either relative. So here's the thing: you have these four things that we are going to compare. Okay. So first let's look at the following job roles. We have sales executive, research scientist, laboratory technician, manufacturing director, healthcare representative, manager, sales representative, research director, human resources. So as you could look at the graph, right? Here you can see the job satisfaction is the highest for sales executive, which is 898. That's the rating. And then let's look at the number of employees, right? Then in an organization there are 326 sales executives, and then so all these executives, are the most of the executives, are they satisfied? the rating indicates that yes, they are very much satisfied. And lastly, so 871, right? So the total, see, the total count is 326. And now I do not know the percentage, but based on the numbers indicated here, looks seems like most of them are pretty much satisfied. They have job satisfaction, they have environment satisfaction, and lastly we also have job involvement. They are very much involved in their job. Now next, let's look at the statistics for research scientist. The job satisfaction is 810, less in comparison to 898 for sales executive. Then we have the employee count. Again, it's less in comparison to the job role of sales executive. And then the environment satisfaction, again, that is lesser in comparison to environment satisfaction 871 in sales executive. And then lastly, we also have the job involvement number, which is 817. Again, that's less in comparison to sales executive, right? Now let's look at the statistics for laboratory technician. So the job satisfaction is 697, again pretty much less compared to these two. Then employee count, that's also less. We have environment satisfaction at 704, very less compared to these two. And then also job involvement, that's also less. So you can see how you can do the comparison of all these uh, you know variables, how are they composed and how do they compare to each other, right, within that particular column chart. All right, now let's look at the difference between stacked bar chart and stacked column chart. A bar chart, as you have seen in the previous video, is oriented horizontally, whereas a column chart is oriented vertically. So it says that although they are alike, they cannot always be used interchangeably because of the difference in their orientation. So basically, this much to do with the purpose for which they're used. And all right, so I hope this answers this question. Okay, so thank you so much for watching the video.